Hey guys! Good morning! Welcome back to our channel, Dayton Squad. So on today's video, ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano mag-file ng report of birth abroad at kung sino-sino ang pwedeng maka-avail nito. Coming shortly!
Hi, I'm Patricia. I'm the madam. Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm the ruler. I'm Addie and I'm the diva.
I'm Mommy Addie, and I'm the boss.
And I'm Papa Forrest. I'm the real boss.
We are the Dayton Squad.
For the information of everybody, we do travel updates, immigration updates, and other travel-related updates when you plan to go home to the Philippines during the time of the pandemic. If you need any of those updates, all you need to do is go to our channel and look for all the travel update videos for your reference. So for today's reference, ang gagamitin natin is yung Philippine Consulate of Los Angeles. Before we start with the requirements, ano nga ba ang report of birth? Ating intindihin kung bakit kailangan mag-file na report of birth at bakit kailangan gawin ito on a certain period of time. So basahin natin ang nakalagay sa website ng Philippine Consulate of Los Angeles. The report of birth is a declaration of the person furnishing information on the birth abroad of a Filipino child. It is important for Filipinos permanently residing abroad to promptly register with the consulate the birth of a child in order for such a birth to be registered with the office of the Civil Registrar General in Manila. When a child is born abroad to parents who are both Filipino citizens or to one parent who is a Filipino citizen, example, one who has not been naturalized as a citizen of a foreign country, the child's birth must be immediately reported to the Philippine Consulate or Embassy which exercises jurisdiction over the place of birth. Ayon sa explanation nila sa website, dapat talaga is na-report mo yung birth ng anak mo kung ipinanganak mo siya while you are still a Filipino citizen. So, kailangan yun siya i-report kasi by birth, dual citizen po ang inyong anak. Kahit nasa Amerika siya pinanganak, for example, pero nung ipinanganak siya is Filipino citizen ka pa rin, that is dual citizen by birth. In able to get that status, kailangan mong i-report ang birth ng anak mo sa Philippine Consulate kung saan under na jurisdiction yung lugar kung saan siya pinanganak. Only birth that happen in the following places can be registered or reported at the Philippine Consulate General, Los Angeles, kung ikaw ay kung ang bata ay pinanganak sa Southern California, Southern Nevada, Clark, Lincoln, Nye Counties, and Arizona. So, ito yung mga state na belong under Los Angeles Philippine Consulate General. So, kung yung anak nyo ay ipinanganak dun sa mga lugar na nabanggit ko, dun nyo po i-file yung report of birth ng bata. So, let's continue. Ideally, the birth must be reported to the consulate within 12 months after its occurrence. When the parents neglect to report the birth within 12 months, the birth may nevertheless be recorded upon the determination of the consular officer of satisfactory evidence on the authenticity of the report. In these cases, the person who executed the report shall furnish the consulate with an explanation surrounding the delay in reporting of the birth. So, dapat pala is na-file talaga ang report of birth within 12 months simula nung pinanganak mo yung anak mo. Yun ang sabi dito sa website kasi kapag lumampas ka sa 12 months, kailangan mong mag-file ng late registration ba yun or delayed registration. So may additional requirements kang tatrabahuin instead na gawin mo lang yung normal talaga na requirements nila for report of birth. So please, mommies and daddies, please take note of this advisory from the Philippine Consulate. Kung may mga baby kayo na pinanganak abroad and still either of the parents or both of the parents are still Filipino citizens, kailangan mo talagang i-file ang report of birth kasi yung anak po ninyo is dual citizen by birth. So ano-ano naman ang mga procedures and requirements kung ikaw ay magfa-file ng report of birth ng iyong anak? Number 1 is duly accomplished report of birth form, either typewritten or legibly handwritten. Ililive ko yung link ng form para sa report of birth sa description box. So, kailangan mong mag-fill up ng 4 na forms ng report of birth. Also, take note that all 4 report of birth forms must be completed before a notary public who in turn will notarize the report of birth form. So, kailangan naka-notarize po yung form after nyo pong na-fill upan. Dalhin nyo po sa notary public at ipa-notarize ninyo bago nyo pa man isend sa Philippine Consulate kung saan po kayo magpa-file. Please take note of this para hindi po pabalik-balik yung papeles nyo. I-notarize nyo po yung report of birth before nyo po isend sa Philippine Consulate kung saan po kayo magpa-file. Ang ating second requirements, original and 4 copies of the child's certificate of birth issued by local health authorities or by the local county registrar. So kung yung bata is pinanganak sa US, yung certificate na ibibigay sa inyo ng hospital or normally, mini-mail lang po yan sa bahay after nyo mag-fill up doon sa hospital kapag nanganak kayo. So, yung birth certificate na minail sa inyo, yun po ang ipadala ninyo, isang original and then 4 copies po nun. Number 3 requirement is original and 4 copies of the data page of the Philippine passport of Filipino parent. So, kung dalawa kayo, still a Filipino citizen, dalawa po yung isa nyo ha, yung passport ni daddy, yung passport copy ni daddy at yung passport copy ni mommy. Kung isa lang po ang Filipino citizen na lang sa inyong dalawa, yung Filipino citizen lang po ang magsasubmit nung original at 4 copies ng data page ng passport. So, kailangan pong ipadala yung passport kasi hinihingi nila yung original passport plus the 4 copies of the data page. So, meron po silang note dito, in case the Filipino parent become a naturalized citizen of another country after the time of child's birth but before reporting it to the consulate, present also original and 4 photocopies of the naturalization certificate and proof of Philippine citizenship. Example po nun is yung Philippine passport or birth certificate issued by the Philippine Statistic Authority. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nila nito? For example, ipinanganak nyo na po yung anak ninyo while you are still a Filipino citizen. Hindi nyo po siya na-report agad, hindi nyo po na-file agad yung report of birth, at nag-file na kayo ng naturalization to become a US citizen, ang ipapasa po ninyo is yung naturalization certificate plus 4 copies po ng naturalization certificate. Also, upon becoming a naturalized US citizen, meron pa po kayong Philippine passport niyan, di ba? So, mag-send pa rin kayo ng kopya noon. Kailangan pa rin nilang makita yon kahit na naturalized US citizen ka na para matrace talaga nila na you were a Filipino when your child was born. Ang number 4 requirement natin is original and 4 copies of the data page of the foreign passport or foreign driver's license of the foreign parent. So kung si daddy is a foreigner, kailangan yung original US passport ni daddy at 4 copies ng kanyang US passport. Or kung wala namang US passport si daddy, pwede po yung driver's license niya, yung US driver's license niya, pwede nyo po yung ipakopya at i-attach sa mga requirements to file for report of birth. Number 5, original and 4 copies of the father's birth certificate. If the father is Filipino, the birth certificate must be issued by the Philippine Statistics Authority from PSA, formerly NSO before. Ang number 6 requirement natin is original and 4 copies of the birth certificate of the mother. If the mother is Filipino, the birth certificate must be issued by the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA, formerly NSO. So, para hindi po kayo malito sa step number 5 at saka step number 6, kasi hinihingi yung original and 4 copies of birth certificate ni daddy and ni mommy, tandaan nyo po, kung sino lang po ang Filipino sa inyo, Yun lang po ang magsasubmit nun ha. Kung si father is a foreigner, hindi po siya kailangan magsubmit ng birth certificate. Ang magsasubmit lang po nito is yung Filipino parent lang po. Kung nagkataon, pareho pa kayong Filipino, so kayo pong dalawa ang magsasubmit ng requirements na ito ng birth certificate ninyo individually na issued by PSA. Pero kung ang isang parent lang naman ng Filipino, yung Filipino parent lang po ang magsasubmit ng requirements na ito. Sana klaro po tayo doon, hindi tayo nalito. Ang ating number 7 is original and 4 copies of the marriage certificate of parents if applicable. If the parent were married in the Philippines or had their foreign marriage reported with a Philippine consulate over 1 year from reporting child's birth, the marriage certificate must be issued by the PSA. Ito lang po ha, kung na-report nyo po yung marriage ninyo to the Philippine Consulate before pa kayo nakapag-file ng report of birth. Pero kung hindi pa naman kayo nakapag-file ng report of marriage ninyo, yung isend nyo po na kopya sa Philippine Consulate along with the other requirements is yung marriage certificate ninyo kung saan po kayo kinasal. Number 8, the fee for this service is $25 in cash, postal money order, or cashier's check payable to the Philippine Consulate General. So take note po ang kanilang payment method sa pagbabayad ninyo ng service fee for report of birth na $25. Tumatanggap po sila in cash. Pwede din po postal money order or cashier's check. Ang last po natin na requirement is yung self-addressed envelope. So kapag nag-send na po kayo ng requirements sa Philippine Consulate through mail, make sure po na may tracking number po yun para po alam ninyo kung na-receive na ng Philippine Consulate yung inyong mga requirements for report of birth. Magpadala din po kayo ng self-addressed return envelope para kapag natapos na nila yung process ng report of birth ng anak nyo, is mababalik nila sa inyo yon agad-agad. Andun na yung envelope nyo, ilalagay na lang at i-drop sa mail. Make sure na may tracking number din yung self-addressed return envelope ninyo para natatrack nyo yung inyong document pauwi sa inyo. So, meron po tayong mga additional requirements para sa report of birth. Please listen to this, baka isa kayo sa mga ito. Ang una po, if the birth was reported more than 12 months after its occurrence, the person executing the report must provide a naturalized affidavit of delayed registration, explaining the circumstances surrounding the delay. So, ililive ko po yung affidavit of delayed registration sa description box para makita nyo po yun at kung paano fill upan. So, the affidavit of delayed registration applies to those who reported the birth of their child in more than 12 months. So, kung lumampas kayo ng 1 taon bago nyo na-report yung birth ng anak nyo, is kailangan nyo pong mag-fill up ng affidavit of late registration at ipanotaryo nyo po. Ang second scenario naman, if parents are not married and child is to bear the father's name, the father must execute a notarized affidavit of paternity and use the father's surname. Ililink ko din yung link ng affidavit of paternity and use of father's surname sa description box. So, if this applies to you guys, make sure nakasali ito sa inyong requirements when you file for the report of birth ng inyong anak. Ang last case natin, if parents were not married at the time of birth of the child and eventually married thereafter, a notarized joint affidavit of legitimation must be included in the application. So, I will also include the link of the joint affidavit of legitimation. Kailangan nyo pong i-include yung joint affidavit of legitimation na naka-notarize po. Please take note of these cases na nabanggit natin for additional requirements kung isa kayo sa mga cases na ito. Then when all these requirements are complete, you can now send it to the Philippine Consulate kung saan po kayo belong na jurisdiction. So as soon as na-receive ninyo ang report of birth ng anak nyo, is pwede nyo na po siyang applyan ng Philippine passport. I really highly recommend kung nag-file kayo ng report of birth, is applyan nyo din agad-agad ng Philippine passport yung anak nyo. As our time right now, na kailangan talaga ang Philippine passport when you go home to the Philippines, grab the chance na para makapag-apply ng Philippine passport ni baby. Para hindi na kayo ma-hassle during your travel kasi kompleto kayo kapag pumasok kayo ng Pilipinas. So for the report of birth, ang sabi dun sa website, yung processing time nila is 3 working weeks. So medyo may katagalan, pero usually naman yung iba, yung mga kakilala ko is before the processing time na binigay ng Philippine Consulate. So my advice is kumpletuhin nyo lang talaga yung mga requirements para hindi na pabalik-balik yung papeles nyo at tuloy-tuloy po ang process ng Philippine Consulate doon sa final nyo na report of birth ng baby nyo. Sana ang step-by-step guide na ito is makatulong sa inyo kapag kayo ay nag-file na ng report of birth ng inyong mga anak. Kung kayo naman po ay may mga katanungan about report of birth, please drop your comments sa videong ito at sasagutin po natin sa abot ng ating makakaya at hanggat alam po natin ang sagot ng inyong mga katanungan when it comes to the report of birth. So, ipapakita ko sa inyo kung ano po ang itsura ng report of birth kapag na-approve na po siya ng Philippine Consulate. So, ganito po ang itsura niyan. Ganyan lang. Ganyan po ang ibibigay na document sa inyo kapag okay na ang report of birth ng inyong anak. And just in case, you will also request for a copy sa PSA po natin. Since na-report nyo na po yung birth ng inyong anak abroad, is may kopya na po ang PSA niyan dito sa Pilipinas. So if you guys will request, ganito po ang itsura niyan. Ganyan. Pwede kayong mag-request ng kopya sa PSA kapag na-report nyo na po ang birth ng inyong anak abroad. Ganito. So para ito yung birth certificate niya dito sa Pilipinas. Ganyan po ang itsura niya. Thank you so much guys for watching. Magkita-kita po tayo sa sunod na travel update natin. Ako po'y lubos na nagpapasalamat sa patuloy na suporta at tiwala sa aming channel, The Eton Squad. At para naman dun sa ating mga kababayang hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, please consider subscribing. At huwag kalimutang i-hit ang notification bell para every time may bago kaming video is manonotify po kayo. Mag-ingat po kayo lagi. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye!